Rematch plans against Devin Haney. Are you looking to show him something?
Oh yeah, I'm willing to show him. I cannot wait. I want to put a whooping on his dad too. That's really who I want to put a whooping on. But Devin could get it as well again. I'm gonna do the same thing just like I did last time.
Tensions are rising as Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney made their arrivals ahead of their upcoming fights, leading to a heated altercation. Although Garcia and Haney are not scheduled to face each other, that didn't stop them from exchanging verbal jabs and getting physical during a recent press conference. Garcia is set to fight Rolly Romero on the card, while Haney will take on Jose Ramirez.
Take steroids, it's not gonna be much different. I mean, the crazy thing is they wanna keep on saying, oh, it's because of the PEDs. I was on fighting a guy with PEDs. PEDs don't help you block a left.
Garcia continues to insist that the entire pet controversy was a setup meant to discredit his victory over Devin Haney. In an interview with Ring Magazine, Garcia claimed the plan was premeditated in case Team Haney lost, suggesting they wanted a built-in excuse if things went south. What truly raised red flags for Ryan was the allegation that Devin's brother knew about the positive test before it became public, which to him was clear evidence that something shady was happening behind the scenes. Garcia stood firm, saying, "I felt that I won the fight no matter what. I think that was a setup in case they lost." When Garcia aired his theory, things quickly escalated between the two fighters. Haney challenged the logic, asking, "How could you set it up?" Ryan fired back, "How do you know?" implying Haney was dodging the real issue, how his camp allegedly had insider knowledge before the test results were officially revealed. Though Haney tried to brush it off, claiming he didn't know, Ryan wasn't buying it, saying the math didn't add up. To him, this wasn't a coincidence but rather pre-fight damage control by Team Haney.
If anybody hits him, there might be the same results.
In terms of the rematch, the whole world is waiting for this Haney fight, but he does have a fight with Jose Ramirez. Are you guys confident that he does win that fight against Ramirez?
Well, I mean, if he outboxes Ramirez, there's a possibility that he'll survive, but his chin has been tested, and we've seen the results.
While Garcia may be focused on Haney, his May the 2nd opponent, Rolly Romero, believes he can derail those plans by replicating the success he had against Garcia during sparring sessions 8 years ago. Rolly hasn't forgotten those encounters and sees this as an opportunity to shift the narrative. Though some view him as the underdog in boxing, one clean shot can change everything. During the press conference, DAZN's Todd Grisham added fuel to the fire by asking Jose Ramirez a question that didn't sit well with Haney. A lot of people are going to wonder about the state of Devin Haney's chin after his fight with Ryan
I'm
Garcia.
not gonna his chin. Of course I'm gonna. You know what I mean?
Do you think he will actually not be able to get up from your punch?
Well, I feel like if I hit anybody from from my weight class, or even all the way to the 160s, if I hit him with a solid shot right in the chin, I think anybody could go down. It's boxing. 8-ounce gloves.
When asked if he'd be able to test Haney's chin, Devin didn't hide his frustration, responding, "I don't understand what you mean by chin. I got up every single time against somebody that was on pets, so that showed I had a chin." However, DAZN's Todd Grisham wasn't ready to drop the subject. He doubled down, suggesting that Haney getting up was more about heart than durability. That comment didn't just provoke Haney, it also set his father, Bill Haney, into motion. After the conference, Bill confronted Grisham during an interview, visibly irritated that the narrative of his son having a weak chin was even being entertained.
Something that will lose weight. Yeah, for sure, because he had to train. He didn't have to train for that. He didn't have. Look at his body. Look at his body versus when he fought me. He told y'all he was drinking every night and all that type of thing. He smoked everything. Come on, bro. And Haney had him. And the first beginning of the fight, he had him. He was just trying to press the issue.
The boxing world, including Jose Ramirez, continues to question Devin Haney's durability, and Ramirez trainer, Robert Garcia, didn't hold back as their camp wrapped up in Southern California over the weekend. The beating he took is one you can't just forget, even though it was erased from Boxrec. Garcia told Boxing Scene in an exclusive interview, "You can't take away the fact Haney took a beating. That 3 knockdown drubbing from Ryan Garcia in Haney's most recent fight was technically wiped from the record books due to the failed drug test, but no one in the sport has forgotten what actually happened in the ring that night.
Ramirez, or did you prefer to fight Ryan Garcia straight away when you came back?
Of course, that's the big fight is Ryan Garcia, but I cannot look past Jose Ramirez. I know that he's a tough competitor. I know that he's coming to win. And to get to the Ryan fight, first we got to beat Jose Ramirez, and that's what I look to do.
I'm sure you've heard what some boxing fans are saying. They're thinking after that fight with Ryan Garcia, you may not be the same fighter you were that night. Are you going to be a different version?
Performance or punishment, depending on how you see it, has sparked serious questions about whether Devin Haney, now 31-0 with 15 knockouts, can handle the mounting pressure in the stacked 140-pound division. He now faces Jose Ramirez, a former unified champion with a record of 29-2 and 18 knockouts, who's entering this fight with a chip on his shoulder. At 32, Ramirez is looking to bounce back after a lifeless showing in his unanimous decision loss to Arnold Barboza Jr. last November. This fight isn't just about titles, it's about redemption.
It's probably closer to the chinny side than having a granite chin. If we're looking at it on the spectrum, one end of the spectrum being Amir Khan, the other end of the spectrum being Triple G, he's definitely closer to the Amir Khan. I don't like that he's even having this discussion because we don't know Devin Haney for being a brawler. I don't want him to think about having a chin because his style is to not get hit. I think Devin Haney digging a hole for himself because
it's always in Jose's mind to win, Robert Garcia said before Ramirez's final sparring session on Saturday. He doesn't see it as a last chance, do-or-die moment. He always fights with heart and stays in shape. But after that last fight against Barboza, he knows he needs to deliver a spectacular performance, not for us, because we already know what he's capable of, but for the boxing world. Ramirez is fired up for the big stage, with the fight taking place outdoors in the heart of Times Square, an unusual and high-profile setting for a man who once held unified titles. The opportunity to reclaim the spotlight has him more motivated than ever. He's even eyeing Ryan Garcia as a potential future opponent, and if he beats Haney, there's a real possibility the anticipated fall matchup in Saudi Arabia could shift from Garcia-Haney to Garcia-Ramirez.
If Devin Haney lose this fight, career over. He has the most pressure in the sport.
Ain't that what they said about Wilder? Ain't that what they said about AJ? Every time somebody is in a position to lose back to back, we automatically think your career is over, but the career won't be over.
Devin and Bill have placed high expectations on themselves. They want to be compared to Floyd Money Mayweather.
If Ramirez can get in there and make it gritty, Haney's going to have to bite down on that mouthpiece and dig
Garcia
deep.
Believes what he's seeing in camp is reminiscent of Jose Ramirez prime, the same version that outclassed Amir Imam in 2018 and stopped Maurice Hooker in Texas to become a unified champion. Reflecting on Ramirez's loss to Arnold Barboza Jr., Garcia made no excuses, acknowledging that Barboza had a great game plan and deserved the win. However, he emphasized that this camp is completely different. Jose is more motivated, he's training so hard, and he's sparring like he was in his prime, Garcia said. Even when he lost the undisputed title fight against Josh Taylor, he had a great camp like this. The sparring partners are saying how strong he is. We feel it. It's a totally different camp.
Yeah. Watch him. Watch him. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. Yeah. It was a good training camp. Good discipline. Good training camp. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss weight, don't worry. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss weight. Yeah, I know.
Meanwhile, oddsmakers still heavily favor Devin Haney, listing him as a minus 1,200 favorite, with the expectation that he'll rely on his movement, avoid slugfests, and coast to a decision victory. But the lingering question is whether Haney can truly avoid another war, especially against a pressure fighter like Jose Ramirez. Devin's going to want to box, but forcing him into a fight is exactly what we need to do, said Robert Garcia. Taking a fight against someone like Ramirez speaks volumes about Haney and his father trainer Bill Haney. They made this decision to prove they still belong among the top contenders in the division. They could have chosen an easier.
He needs to fight all the ones that are champions up there so he can really say he's undisputed. Because right now he's undisputed, but he needs to fight all the guys up there and beat all those guys. And then we can say he's undisputed. He's undisputed, but, we can really say it, pound for pound and all that stuff. I think that the difference is that when we were coming up, we want to go for knockouts and want to fist the fight and
opponent. But they know Jose is tough, and they want to show the world they're still elite, even after the loss to Ryan Garcia, who's strong, fast, and caught Haney clean. That fight, despite the knockdowns, was still competitive. Haney was in it. For this camp, Haney trained at Hall of Famer Shane Mosley's Big Bear Lake Gym in California. Ironically, the same Mosley who was never known for fighting off the back foot, but always for bringing the fight to his opponent.
If you get up 3 times from a left hook from Ryan Garcia, everyone knows that. Who's gotten up 3 times? Huh? So what do you mean he doesn't have a chance? I mean, that guy is.
You're talking about Todd Driscoll?
Yeah, Todd Driscoll.
I was gonna say, I feel like this.
He continued, expressing respect for the Haney camp's decision-making. We'll see, but I do know that for Devin and Bill Haney, taking this fight says a lot about them. They could have easily chosen someone else. It's also interesting that they brought Shane Mosley into camp. I know Shane very well from both the amateurs and the pros. He's a great fighter, a truly smart fighter who always came to fight. So it'll be interesting to see what Devin takes from him.
Man, I gotta get that back.
He was right here. I get it back right now. Cause it's just, you know, when somebody did you like that, you want to take it. I did that already. I tried to do it fair. I tried to, you know, it was 3-3 since the amateurs. I tried to give you that, you know, that another fight when it was even, we was drug tests, we was on even playing
At this point, the lines are drawn. Ryan Garcia is already treating May the 2nd as a tune-up for a potential fight with Devin Haney, while Haney, despite the media heat, is focused on redemption and re-establishing himself as the division's most composed tactician. However, every quote, every stare-down, every accusation, from the pet talk to questions about Haney's chin, to Romero claiming he already beat Garcia in sparring, only sets the stage for an explosive few months. The October rematch in Riyadh is already a storyline juggernaut, but to get there, both men must pass through fire once again. Judging by how things are escalating, it's clear that nobody will make it through unscathed.
I'm sure if I land a solid one with Devin Haney, I'm gonna put him down.
Yeah, my dad's gonna take the W.
The W? Knockout?
Yeah.
The tension between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney has left more than just bruised egos and a disrupted undefeated record. It has cast a long shadow over Haney's future, with voices of concern growing louder as his fight with Jose Ramirez approaches. Oscar de la Hoya didn't hold back when assessing Haney's state post Ryan Garcia, saying it's not just about losing a fight, it's about losing a part of yourself in the ring, something much harder to regain than a belt. De la Hoya argues that Haney's chin, once durable and reliable, may now be beyond repair. He believes it's not a matter of skill, but physical degradation. Once a fighter's chin starts to go, it never fully
Ramirez has
recovers.
everything it takes to beat Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney can beat him if he's not gunshot, because like Brian said, hey, you know, when he was talking about all that Osirine shit, he said the Osirine make you not be able to block a left hook 1,000 times, because people can say what they want to say talking about Ryan take accountability. Devin, how about you take accountability? You said this guy's a C-class fighter. All he has is the left hook. 45 seconds in, those 45 days that you did not fast for Ramadan, you got smacked by a left hook. One punch that you said this guy had. You were supposed to prepare for that. Did you not? What
De La
happened?
Hoya made the point that heart and toughness aren't enough when the structural foundation of a fighter is compromised. While Haney showed incredible resilience in getting up from the 3 knockdowns Ryan Garcia delivered, De La Hoya suggested that this same courage might now be a double-edged sword. Courage doesn't stop concussions, he said, emphasizing that once a fighter's physical foundation is shaken, no amount of heart can undo the damage.
Still think Devin Haney can beat Ryan Garcia.
Oh yeah.
Don't fight that type of style. Don't stand right in front of him.
Yeah.
Do your Devin Haney, and get out of there.
And that's what you do with rematches. You find everything you did wrong. You know it instantly after the fight's over. You come back and you right those wrongs. I do believe that it's a rematch that he will win. I think we talked about this time and time again. I think it's a rematch that both guys really need to have.
It doesn't harden soft tissue, and if Haney steps into the ring with Ramirez carrying the psychological weight of that loss, the doubts will echo louder than any crowd ever could. Can I take his power? Will I crumble again? Is this the night I get exposed for good? De La Hoya suspects these questions are living rent-free in Devin's head, and they might just cost him